What's going on, guys? It's Subaru, the Subi guy, and today we have a very special treat. Today we are taking our first look at the 2026 Subaru Outback. So without further ado, let's hop into it and see what it's all about, because there is a lot to unpack here. Right off the bat, the most notable characteristic of the 26 Outback is the overall design. Every single thing regarding the design has completely changed. Starting up at the front, you have a massive front grille with the Pallades constellation stamped right in the middle, followed by these singular bar LED lights with LED headlights and LED fog lights as well. The hood has also been tapered down for 2026, and what I mean by that, it's not as bulging as it was on the previous generations to improve aerodynamics, but you can still tell when you look at it from the front or from the sides, there is a little bit of bulginess and flowiness as well, but nowhere near as much as there was on the previous model. Another design change for 2026 are the wheel arches. Gone are the half-circle wheel designs on the old Outback that you were familiar with, and they have been replaced with a more squared-off design. But you still have the traditional body cladding. But upon feeling it for the first time, it's textured. It's more durable than the old cladding was, to better protect from rock and stone chips if you take it off-road. At the top of the new Outback, the roof rails have been completely re-engineered. Not only are they firmer, they have a new ladder setup with different notches underneath each rail for tie-down points. And dynamically, they can support up to 800 pounds. Under the hood, you'll find the standard naturally aspirated 2.5-liter boxer four-cylinder that puts out 180 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque, made it through an 8-speed Lineartronic CVT automatic that is, of course, hooked up to Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive. Now, for those that are wondering about the 2.4-liter turbocharged boxer, good news. Subaru is offering the Outback Limited XT, Outback Touring XT, and the Wilderness with the 2.4-liter turbo boxer engine for 2026. The rear of the 2026 Outback has also been completely re-engineered with a brand new singular rear taillight bar that has the Pallades constellation stamped right into the middle. And the cool thing about this, a little Easter egg if you notice, the taillight housings are designed to look like a ruler. And you can actually use them for measuring if you really want to. That's a super neat little gimmick for the 26 Outback. Speaking on Easter eggs, for the 2026 Outback, there are a ton of them, and we'll get into them right now. One of my favorite new Easter eggs for the Outback are these. Subaru decided to be a little bit humorful and put different things that you can possibly put on top of the Outback. This one is a canoe, that one is a tent, a top hat, a bicycle, a tree. I don't know what that is, but then obviously Subaru, share the love. But the funniest one is a shark. That's absolutely hilarious. So I guess they might be secretly implying that if you really wanted to put a shark up here in some way or fashion, you probably could. Apart from that, on either side of the liftgate threshold, there are different measurements. This one on the right shows you how many dogs you can put in the back of the Outback with the second row down and then with the second row up. And over here on the left, it shows you the overall width and dimensions for putting pets back there. Up here at the front, on the driver's side at the front of the engine, there is a salute to 60 years of boxer since 1966. Then over here, that same sentence is written in Japanese. And the cool thing about that is, on the right side, it goes back to where the steering wheel was originally in the Japanese market. Super neat little Easter egg. Coming around to the back of the Subaru in the cargo area, you'll notice this is all brand new, and this is technically a privacy divider, and they were kind enough to load this up with all different types of accessories and whatnot to show the full cargo area. But what's cool about this is that you can use this privacy cover in different arrangements. Right now, it currently acts as a canopy or a hammock. So say you're going back from the grocery store, you have loose fruits in bags. You don't want them to get crushed by larger bags down here. So what you do is you can put different groceries or items up here and what have you, and store them above everything else. Super cool, and it's actually really durable. It may not look like it, but I assure you, it is super durable. You can wash it in a washer and dryer, throw it right out, put it back in, and configure it in a variety of different ways. That's a super neat convenience feature. You also have different hooks and accessories right here. The control for dropping the second row remains the same as the previous generation, but you also have different bag hooks right here and hooks right there as well, and the same on the other side. The liftgate itself is power assist, but there is no hands-free option anymore. For some reason, the 26 Outback does not have that. Getting seated in the new 2026 Outback, the first thing you'll notice is just how plush and comfortable the seats are. The seats are leather, and they are perforated and power operated for the driver and the passenger. The comfort is fabulous in here, but let's get into the interior ergonomics. The entire ergonomic design of the interior has been completely re-engineered. Different materials on the doors. It's kind of a soft cloth material right here, and on the dashboard. The headliner itself also features a more durable type of material that's easier to clean just in case if it were to get dirty. You do have a driver and passenger front sunroof that's power operated. But coming over to the steering wheel, the control layout remains the same as the older Subaru Outback lineup. Here are all the radio and source controls with the voice commands and the volume buttons, and then on the right you have the controls for the adaptive cruise control and automatic emergency steering. But what's really cool is they now have a toggle switch for the X mode. So if you need the different functions for the X mode, whether you need deep snow and mud, there's no need to go back into the infotainment system and scroll through the pages to try to find it, because at the push of a button, X mode will activate. You also have a fully digital gauge cluster with this controlling the different presets you can have up there, with the speedometer in the right and the different presets in the left, and the TomTom navigation system taking up the entirety of the center cluster. And coming over to that, a new 12.1-inch display screen that is insane. Different radio presets and menu settings. This is a substantial step up from the previous 11.6-inch display screen with how fast it is and how clear it is. Down below that, this is going to make a lot of owners happy. You have physical climate controls. Down below that, you have the Qi wireless charger that can be turned on or off with USB ports as well, with a new cable tie connect. So if you want your cable to be shorter, if you prefer having a wired connection, you can put it through those loops right there. We now have a physical button for the auto start stop and automatic vehicle hold. It still defaults to being turned on all the time, but you have the added benefit of a physical button right behind the shifter. Another new noticeable design change for the interior are the cup holders. Rather than being staggered like they were in most Subaru models, to give more space for the buttons here and for the shifter, they put them back the long way. And in between the seats, you have a traditional deep center console with another small storage cubby right there and a 12-volt outlet adapter right there as well. You also have incredible amounts of rear legroom behind the driver and the passenger seat, and the rear seat occupants also have rear heated seats as well as a USB-C and USB-A adapter back here, with the addition of a drop-down center console with 2 cup holders. And speaking of cup holders, every door-mounted cup holder is now deeper and coated with this kind of carpeted material. So you could fit a Hydro Flask in here now, and there's no need to worry about it trying to fall out or not sitting in all the way. Overall, the new 2026 Outback is seriously impressive, and there is a lot to look forward to. These cars are going to be hitting our lots very quickly, so if you're interested, stop into Yark Subaru and ask for Subaru. I'll see you in the next one.